what does digitization mean for NCB?
Well, digitization is an important part of NCB's journey going forward. We have identified digitization as an essential component of NCB's strategy. Right now, we are focused on a strategic plan over the next 4 years between 2016 and 2020. And we have the digital journey as an essential component of that strategy. Why digitization? A number of reasons. And quite frankly, as I often say to my colleagues, digitization, in a sense, for us in the financial services, is not an option, it's an imperative. It addresses a number of challenges that we have as an organization, but perhaps even more importantly, it creates new opportunities for us. So, in terms of the challenges, if you look at NCB's evolution over time, and in particular, if you look at the last 20 years of the Jamaican economy, the Jamaican economic experience, how banking and so on has developed in Jamaica, what you'll find is that we have institutions that have developed in an environment of high interest rates and high spreads. Right? We have a lot of infrastructure, a lot of buildings, right, where we operate from and so on. We are now in an environment which has experienced significant change, in which margins have been reduced, in which interest rates are low, and at the same time, we are required to improve the quality of service to our customer. The only way we can successfully do that is to digitize our service offerings so as to enable our customers to do greater self-service at their own convenience, and in that way increase our efficiency by reducing our infrastructural footprint and reducing the amount of buildings and so on that we have to serve customers. We can use them for other purposes which are more value added. So I'll give you an example. A part of the digital journey is about transaction migration. Right? You notice I use the word transaction migration, not customer migration, because I want to make the distinction. Right? And essentially what we're doing is migrating low value transactions to external sources that can better handle and facilitate them. And by those I'm referring to things like the IVR, the internet, etc. And it can be done at the customer's convenience, because we have a dual challenge. We have the challenge of reducing the cost to serve the customer, and at the same time increasing or improving the customer's experience in terms of service. So some of the things that matter to the customer is cost of service, and we are saying if we digitize, we can provide those services at a cheaper cost, sometimes no cost, right? And the convenience of service, which enhances the customer experience, if we can do it in a way which is seamless, where the customer's interaction with the bank is of a high quality, even though he is going through the internet or through the IVR and so on, then we would have improved the customer service at the same time. The other thing I should add is that digitization will also create some revenue opportunities for the bank, in the sense that we'll be able to provide additional services to the customers, which will give us additional revenues. And we have started to see some of that with some of our mobile money offerings, right? And there's a lot more to come in that regard.
All right, so is digitization really the way to go at this specific point in time, given NCB IT challenges? And is the internet infrastructures readily available in Jamaica?
Okay, yeah, so there is often a misconception that digitization is necessarily about new technology, right? The truth of the matter is that in most instances, what we'll be doing is leveraging existing technology, right? So we have had challenges, like many organizations, implementing new technologies and so on. It takes a while for them to come in and settle down, right? The point I'm making is that digitization in this context is more about workflows, about how we organize and so on, and leverage existing technology. And if I'm to give you by way of analogy or example, other companies or industries which have had this type of experience. If you look at a company like Uber, right, which is a transportation company, they have created a whole industry. They have disrupted a whole industry, as we have seen in the United States and other countries where they're now operating, leveraging existing technology. There's no new technology that Uber uses. If we look at Netflix, when we look at Amazon and how it has disrupted the book industry, it's not about leveraging new technology. They have leveraged existing technologies, but they have used it in a different way to give the customer a different experience, and one which the customer has rewarded them because they value the experience. The convenience of it, you can download your books, you can read it, you don't have to travel with a big bag of books, because you can have hundreds of books on your iPad or your iPhone or whatever electronic device that you're using, whether it's a Kindle or an Android, right? I remember personally, for me, I used to travel with a lot of books in my bag and so on, to read, because I like to read when if I'm flying or in downtime. And it used to be inconvenient because it's heavy, right? I mean, you want to travel as light as possible. So with the introduction of the Kindle, right? You have a Kindle app. It's not only available on a Kindle device. I've been able to integrate it into my iPad, into my iPhone, right? And I can read hundreds of books. I can have access to them if I want to research something. I can find it. Look at the cell phone, right? A cell phone is now such an important device for all of us. We have integrated so many of our regular activities into it. It's our camera, it's our calculator, it's our diary, it's our interaction with social media. You send emails, right? And all using one device. So the point I'm making is that there's an opportunity for the financial service industry to do the same thing, leveraging existing technologies. And that's what the focus of digitization is about.